All right. Has been a minute, but here we are. So today we are going to talk about the hair, everything about the hair. Plus, I'm going to show you how I do the mix for this color that I have right now. A lot of you have been asking, so here I am. Let's talk about first the hair, the brand, the length. I say this many times. I usually buy my hair from Amazon, right? And usually the brand of the hair on Amazon, they change all the time. So we have this one, for example, that is Easy Braid. This is the more common brand, I would say. But then also they have brands like this. Dorsani. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. You see? Usually what I check when I'm gonna buy the hair is that it's pre-stretched and that is resistant to the heat, or heat resistant. And that's it. This one, for example, no brand. You see, so the most important part, of course, is the hair. The hair needs to be pre-stretched. Why, you may ask? I prefer to use pre-stretched hair because it's lightweight. When I compare the pre-stretched hair with other type of hair that are not pre-stretched, I can tell that, you know, the no pre-stretched hair is more heavy, also is thicker, you know, so that's what I prefer, pre-stretched hair. If you decide to do the mermaid with other type of hair, that's on you. I'm here telling you what I use, but then be free to do whatever you wanna do. Usually it's 26 inch, but you can use the hair that is shorter, 20 inch, whatever. Remember, this is knotless braid, so you are gonna add, even if the hair is short, you can still make the braid long. You know what I mean? Well, I will explain you that when I do the tutorial for the knotless braid. But yeah, different brands, you never know. Like I said, that's what you do all the prep before, because also the hair, even when you buy the package of 6 or 8, right? Sometimes some of the bundles have different texture. That's the thing with synthetic hair, especially we don't know where it's coming from. And unfortunately, we never know what we are gonna get, right? But if you don't have any of these brands or you can't find the hair, that's okay. Work with what you have, right? Some people are using expressions, some people are using the hair that is not pre-stretched, and they work with that, right? So now if you ask me, this is what I use and this is what I like. Okay, and now let's talk about the mix that I have. Here I have a mix of color 30, let me show you, 30, color 27, and color brown. These are the 3 colors, and I will say this is the basic for any, you know, of those honey blonde mix. And I love these 3 colors because you can do so many colors with this. Adding just more 30 or more of the 27 or more of the 4, it's gonna change. Here I'm gonna show you how I mix my mix, the one that I have right now. Let me just take a small pieces. The base for this color is, for me, I always put more of the 30 and the brown, and then I will go adding 27, you know, until I get to the color that I really like. So for example, look at the size of the pieces. Can you see that is more 30 and brown than the 27? So that's it. Like I say, I will mix the 30 and the 4. So when you mix, you will go and put one on top of each other like this, and then you part in the middle. Start with a small amount of hair, because if not, it's gonna be really messy if you are not used to mix hair, right? And pretty much is this: you put hair, you know, 1/2 on top of each other, and then you part in the middle and try to open, you know. So you will require a lot of patience to do that, to do this, the mix. It takes a lot of time, especially when you are trying to achieve a specific color. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And always brush the hair. Always brush the hair. And then again, you keep mixing and mixing and mixing. For now, I just have the brown and the 30. Remember? I will mix this until it's all well blend. And then I start to add the 27. You see, now we have, can you tell? So from here, now I'm gonna add some of the pieces of the 27. And I'm gonna grab half of this, put it on top. And keep mixing. Same thing, one on top of each other, middle. And there you go. And yes, you are gonna lose a little bit of hair. Look at this. Yes, it happened. But it's okay. But now you can see this is pretty much right. So here I will add a tiny bit more of the brown. So I want the brown to be noticed. And we do the same. And then what I do with this mix, I take the pieces that are kind of, you know, with the blonde, you know, and I tend to put like some pieces, you know, in the front, because I like it when the lighter color in the front. But that's pretty much the mix that I have. And now let's talk about the flat iron. Always when you try the flat iron, go to the minimum. I say this 100 of times. Minimum setting. And try with a really small piece of hair to see, right? To make sure that the hair is not gonna get burned. And that's it. Someone was asking like if it's better just to flat iron and avoid dipping the hair in hot water. I always recommend to dip the hair in hot water first, just to make sure. And especially when you prepare the hair, it's easier to do it while the hair, you know, is not in your head. So go ahead and do all the tries, all the things while the hair is not in your head. Because once you start your hair, it's gonna be more difficult for you, especially if you are new, you know, doing your hair. It's gonna be more, and you're gonna get tired also. So try to do all the things before, so you don't have to deal with this after. I mean, you will have to still detangle, flat iron to make the hair softer, but it's gonna be less work for you if you take these steps before. Then let's talk about how long the braids last. The braid lasts, I will say, 2 months. I suggest people to leave the hair, any type of braid, no longer than 2 months. Simply because, you know, to keep your hair and your scalp healthy, right? I think anything longer than 2 months is too much, at least for me. You do whatever works for you. Some people, I know, they leave it for longer, and some people leave the hair, you know, their braids for even less time, 1 month. So don't ask if you're gonna do whatever you wanna do. Do you hear me? Also, when you ask how long they last, it depends how do you do the braids too, right? So maybe it's not the same that if someone do the braids for you, that when you do the braids on yourself, it's gonna change, right? So yeah, I will say I will not keep my hair longer than 2 months, especially like I say in many videos, my hair on the front, I retouch my hair on the front many times. Like if after, I don't know, 3 weeks, I will retouch it. I don't play with this area. It's very sensitive and I don't want, no, I will retouch and also change. This is the third time that I do something different here. I mean, not something different, but I try the cornrows, then I try cornrows with my hair, and now I did the single braids again. So yeah, I will say 2 months again. If you want to keep it for longer, go ahead and do you. Like I said, I'm not gonna stop you. Tangle situation. There is many videos about me talking about all of that. Like I said, this style is easy to detangle, right? And you can recurl the curls. You can redo the curls. Remember, it's synthetic hair. Synthetic hair is gonna get tangled no matter what. No matter what. Human hair, it gets tangled too. So let's forget the idea that is a hair out there that doesn't get tangled. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. If it's human hair, it's gonna get tangled because, hey, your hair get tangled. If you don't brush your hair, what happened? What happened? Quick, it get tangled, right? So when you buy human hair, what happened if you don't brush the hair? Quick, it get tangled too. So when we are talking about this, that is synthetic, that is plastic, what are you expecting? You have to brush it. You have to brush it, The good thing about this is like you can brush it and redo the color. So you can, stay the 2 months or whatever the time you are going to spend with the braids, with your braids looking good, especially the hair, because this, like I say, I've been retouching the front, but the back, my grow is like this. I'm not going to show you. But the back has been, when was it? Let me check when was the time that I did these braids. Let me check. Oh no, it's in that phone, so. But anyways, back. I was saying, oh yeah, the back and whatever, but the hair is still intact, right? Because that is synthetic hair. That's I think that's one of the things that I like the most about synthetic hair. If I have to compare the synthetic hair with the human hair, I will trust more synthetic hair than human hair for this type of things, because I found like a human hair can get like a frizzy. It depends also the weather, maybe, I don't know, if I want to use the hair straight, I know if I pass the flat iron to this hair, it's gonna be straight no matter what. That's it. It's not gonna curl back. You know what I mean? So yeah, but some people prefer the human hair for this type of style, and that's okay. Like remember, when you watch something on internet, you don't have to agree with everyone or disagree with everyone, right? Try different things and stick with the things that work for you and that you like the most. That's it, right? And for this type of style, is a lot of opinions around, and everyone is gonna speak about their own experience. I hear people doing this type of style with synthetic hair and they don't like it because it gets tangled. And I, hear people saying like when they use human hair, it gets tangled. Then I think with all this style, the most important is the maintenance process also, right? Not just how do you prepare the hair. Well, I talk about the mermaids, right? That the mermaids are different than the boho, because like I say, I leave the pieces out of the same hair that I use for the braids. So I understand when you use pieces, you add the pieces of curly hair, those pieces get tangled and it's difficult to detangle those pieces because it's a hair that is already, curl, and I don't know what they put, whatever, but when you try to brush that hair, it gets tangled. To tangle, and then you have to cut the hair is too problematic. But when you do this type, you brush it and it's okay if you prepare the hair like I told you before. But yeah, I would say try the styles and then speak for your own experience, like I say, because there's gonna be people out there telling you this is, you know, it's not a good style, or no, not the mermaid, because I didn't hear anything negative about mermaids, to be honest. My clients, all of the clients that I did it, they love it, they like it. People who have been trying this method, they love it too. So there is not too much negative, you know. But I do believe that it's not for everyone, because it needs work in a way, like not every day, right? But you will have to brush. I think with any bohemian, any hairstyle that have pieces out, you will have to do that extra work. You're never gonna know how hard is the maintaining process until you don't try it. If you don't try it, you're never gonna know, right? You maybe try it and find out like it's not that difficult. So it's up to you. I think in this video I cover everything. I talk about the brand, like I say. If you don't find the brand that I'm talking about, that I told you, you just go ahead and try other type of brand. As long as you prepare the hair before and see if the hair react good to the heat, you may be okay, right? Like I say, I don't try all the brands that are out there. I'm a very, I want to say lazy, but I like convenience, and for me Amazon is very convenient. You know, I order and I have the product at the door, so the next day. That's how I like it. So I don't have to go to the beauty supply, you know. If I have to go to the beauty supply, it's because I don't find the color that me or any of my clients need or want. So that's when I go to the beauty supply to make sure that I grab the exact color that my client or I want. But other than that, if I can find it on Amazon and they bring me to the hair, you know, to my door, that's it. But if you don't have, you know, in your country, oh, Amazon, it takes long, or whatever is your situation, try with other type of hair. Do this step, flat iron, dip in hot water. Also, this hair that I have, I already dipped this hair in hot water before, because it's part of the hair that I have for other mixes, to do other mixes for my client. So do all this step, and then if it works, go ahead. And remember, when you are doing your hair, don't get too, you know, afraid to try something. Go ahead and try it. That's how I come up with this type of thing. That's how I, you know, dip in hot water, and then, oh, after doing all this step, I find out that the hair was softer. So I was trying. So don't be afraid to try. You don't have to wait for someone on the internet to tell you, right? So do you and get inspired, because that's what the thing when we watch someone on YouTube, internet, is for us to get inspired, right? But we don't have to be. The only thing that you have to be is in the prep, right? But other than that, be open and, you know, try what works for you, and that's it. So yeah, and that's it. This is the mix, as you can see. It's the same, right? And from here, you can go lighter, darker, more reddish, you know, with those three colors. Brown, number 4, 30, 30, 3, 0, and number 27, 2, 7. Those three colors. And this is one of the blend. Sometimes I use more of the 30 and the 27 to create that kind of, I will not say ginger, but it's more in the orange, you know, and it looks really pretty too. So have fun, and these are the 3 basic colors that you need. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any question, and if this video was helpful. You know what I mean. So yeah, and till the next video.